Right. Oops. Am I live? Should be live, I think. Let's see. Hello, everybody. We've got Martin, Marissa. I'm Bretta Barnes. Ben from Berlin. Martin. Nilf. Planet Bees. Early though. I'm a little bit early today. Chip, how's it doing? How's it going? I think Australians say that like how you do. No, they say how you going instead of how you doing. Willow Blue. Hello to everybody. Jason, how is everyone? I hope you can hear me okay. I should be live. How's everybody's weeks been? I'm a little bit early today. Sometimes I talk a little bit too much before I go live, so I think trying to come on a little bit early so that I can get as much outreach as possible is a good thing. Hello, Kerry. You hear me good? You hear me loud and clear. Metal Vegan. Hello, how you doing? Hope everyone's had a good week. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. Obviously, yeah, I think we're all still, well, I know most people from Sunday have seen Joey's investigation. So, yeah, still kind of getting over the aftermath of that, really. That one was a tough watch. I'm sure for everybody. Yeah, really, really tough. I know I shouldn't have favourites, but I do. I absolutely adore cows. Like I really, really adore cows. I love all animals, but cows, I have like a soft spot for them because they're just like gentle giants. They remind me of um like big innocent puppies, but like and their eyes are so big as well. And I don't know, maybe I was a cow in a previous life or something because I don't know, I feel like I can like connect with them and um yeah, I feel like when I look into their eyes, and I think the worst I think the worst I've seen footage just as horrendous as that before. But the worst for me was the vocalizations that I was hearing. Um, yeah, that it was like unmistakable, like desperation, like in their voices. And I don't know how people can claim that we don't know what animals are saying, like other animals that aren't human, like because to me it's just so obvious when you hear those cries. You can hear the panic and the desperation in their voices. um yeah, I don't know how you can't. Don't know how you can't. I've stood outside of slaughterhouses and I've heard cries before from a distance, but these these were like, you know unmistakable, loud as well, like proper. Yeah, i I watched the graphic one as well. I don't know, I kind of feel like, yeah, it probably does some psychological damage, a little bit. Well, it probably did, has done already, but I don't know, I kind of feel like a sense of responsibility to watch it. And like, I know obviously I'm not saying that everyone else should, because obviously everyone knows themselves better and what's good for them. So I'm not saying that everyone else should do what I do, but yeah, I kind of feel like I have the responsibility to watch it and see them, what they've been through. And it lights a fire up my ass. So yeah, yeah, I watched the graphic one. It was horrific. It was, yeah, those those are the kind of images that kind of and sounds that stay with you. Every non-vegan definitely should. Right, where are we at? Um, yeah, cows are freaking cool. I'm sorry to dampen the mood. um, I know I don't have any responsibility, but I don't know. I feel like they, I don't know, I kind of feel like they should be seen and by as many people as possible. Um, Master Dave and I watched the graphic version together and cried the whole time. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, when we get these trolls and they're like arguing with us, or not even just trolls, and they're like, I don't think they actually understand the extent of what they're actually defending. Like, yeah, I think that like they don't realize the actual extent of what it is that they're defending. I appreciate all of you too. I appreciate you too, Chip, and everybody else here. Um, right, I think I've got some mods in the chat. So, yeah, I always say it probably sound like a broken record, but yeah, there's no pressure with YouTube. I'm quite relaxed when it comes to moderating. It's only if somebody's saying like any like really nasty comments, like, you know, racist, sexist, you know, something like hate comments, hate speech. Obviously, if you see that, delete it. I'll be keeping an eye on it as well. But yeah, no pressure. Just if you see something, and if somebody's spamming, we don't like spammers. I don't like spammers. So if somebody's spamming, then I usually put them in a timeout. But yeah, like I said, no pressure. If anybody notices anybody spamming, then just let me know, and hopefully we'll pick it up. So yeah, I haven't done a. I can't afford to cry. I don't have time, and it's too hard to recover. I know what you mean. I don't want to sound like a cold-hearted person, but I didn't cry either. I felt like more like physically sick than upset. And like I just wanted to reach into the screen and be there for those individuals and save them and comfort them. I just like felt that urge to do that and to help them, but obviously I can't. Um, yeah, yeah, I wish I could. Um, but yeah, I didn't cry. I don't know. I don't think it's because I'm like emotionally numb or desensitized. I think if I was on my own, if I was on my own in a room and I really like sat there and engaged and connected with what I was seeing, I would probably cry. But I think that when I watch this footage, I've kind of got like a wall up, and I'm kind of like I'm not fully like I know what's happening because I can see it like physically, but I'm not like fully connected or engaged. I kind of have like a bit of a barrier to protect myself, I think. So I didn't cry, but I could cry if I thought about it. Oh, we've already got somebody's um in America we love our steaks and ribs. Yeah, messages like that it's okay unless they're like spamming it. Spam, spam, spam. Yeah, I'm Batman. We're talking about Jerry Carbstrong's latest investigation. I think it's been removed by YouTube because it's that horrific. Um, yeah, but there are plenty of investigations up that you should watch. Hello, vegan engineer. You need proteins in your body, and meat has that. I'm reading this deleted message that, you know, things like this, it's fine. We only need to delete comments if they have like hate speech in. Your body needs proteins, yes, because things like this, you know, we can address this. I'm Batman. If you want to come on and have a chat with me, I'm going live in a minute. In fact, let me go live now, just so we can get some viewers. And what I'll do in a minute is I'll pop a link up. And yeah. Beef is so good to eat. I suggest you to eat. Well, MR Special Forces, why don't you come and have a chat with me? Why don't you come and have a chat? Just having a shave. Right from my chat does this sometimes. Basically numbed out most of that animal footage. Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh. Try some nice cowboy beef ribs. Yeah, I'm Batman. Come and have a chat. Come and have a chat with us. And yeah, because it seems like you're just saying the same stuff over and over in the comments. So if you do keep spamming, then you'll get timed out. Hey, Daniel Broccoli. I've got a few new people on there. So, hey, Chris. I think I've missed people. Hey, VSL. Hey, JP Julia. I think I've missed people because I've had some people come in all at once. So, but yeah, what I'll do, because I am live on TikTok now, I'm going to get the link up and then I'll pop it in the chat here. So whoever's not vegan, then yeah, why don't you come and have a chat with me? I'll explain what I'm doing in a minute. Let me just get this link. So I've been nursing this baby pigeon to health in the past couple of days. It's pretty cool. He's just, I think he's, well, ChatGPT said he was like a few weeks old. And yeah, we've been taking care of him, giving him like peas. It's said to give him peas and sweet corn for his age or her age. We don't know the gender, but yeah, on ChatGPT, and yeah, unfortunately, he fell out of a nest, and yeah, when pigeons fall out of their nests, then they're really vulnerable to like predators, and yeah, maybe I'll put a picture on my YouTube. I don't want to go off TikTok because they're all on my phone, and obviously you guys can see my phone screen. But yeah, so he fell out of a nest and on the floor, obviously because he can't fly because he's too young, he can't get back into the nest with his mom. His mom's not going to be able to protect him from predators because she's having to, you know, go and hunt for food and things like that. So so yeah, we've had to take care of him and um, feed him ourselves, like me and my colleagues as well at work. And we're keeping him. And oh, I haven't actually posted the link yet. Let me do it. Oh, okay, I've posted it. Let me do that. Yeah, he's really, really sweet. So yeah, we've been having to like open his mouth and put the food inside, and they've got like a crop at the front, and so yeah, because I think it's a little bit similar to humans. So obviously we've got our like food hole and then the breathing hole. So you have to put it in the crop, and then that gets full, but they have a separate hole as well. It's really, really fascinating. But yeah, he's a little cutie. Right, let me explain what I'm doing then, because yeah, we're live on TikTok. So Yeah, I'm here. I'm here to have a chat with people to find out a little bit more about your views, your ethical principles, where you stand when it comes to animals, when it comes to animal exploitation. So yeah, basically, I'm here to ask some questions, really, to find out a little bit more about you and yeah, your principles, where your morals lie. So it will just be asking a few questions to determine the answer to this. Should you be vegan? Let's find out. Let me ask some questions and we'll find out whether you should be vegan. So, yeah, I'm not here for arguments. I'm not here to catch anyone out or to be a horrible person. Yeah, I favour respectful conversations. So, people who are honest and people who are yeah, happy to answer questions and respectfully engage, then yeah, please do request and yeah, we'll have a chat about it. I've got Chip and I've got Axel here as guests. Accept. Hey Chip, hey Axel.
Hello.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm on a treadmill
great.
right
How
now.
are you guys?
Axel, by
Good.
the way, your volume is a low. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah, let me see if I can do something on my end. Yeah, how's the volume looking on YouTube?
Is that better?
For
Is
me,
that
yeah.
better?
Yeah, oh, much better.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just do it like that.
Yeah, we'll carry on, but yeah, guys, let us know if guest sounds are low, and I think I can turn it up on my end if somebody has like a particularly low volume. So yeah, we'll get started, and you guys both know like the usual how we usually do it. So yeah, we'll just get cracking. We've got the Midlander Viking. Are you over 18?
Guys. Sorry?
Oh, I've got low. I can't hear you very well. I don't know if it's just me or if it's the same for anyone
Give me a
else.
second. I'll put my earphones in.
Okay.
Volume is also low for me, by the way.
Okay. Oh, it's yeah.
Is that better?
I think it's a little bit better. Say something
Yeah,
else. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's definitely better. So the Midlander Viking. Can I just check if you're over 18?
I am literally 30.
Okay, that's fine. So how do you feel about animals?
Animals, I love them. I
Okay.
think they're amazing.
Yeah.
But I feel like with animals, it's been 1,000 years of people who have ate meat, and I think everyone should be free to eat whatever they choose to eat
Mhm.
and shouldn't feel guilty about it.
Okay.
It's like me. I was brought up. My first ever job was being a butcher, and my grandma is probably in a nice way early version of you guys who probably disagree with it.
Mhm.
And she accepted me being a butcher when I was first got into my first like job kind of thing. So
Okay.
I think
So so in the Midland of Viking, how I was going to ask how you. I'll come back to what you said. How do you feel about animal exploitation? So by exploitation, I mean using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
in what way?
For any way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes. So it could be for um, for, for food, clothing, entertainment, testing, labor, their skin, fur,
Clothing wise,
feathers.
I don't agree with, but me, like as in food wise, it's acceptable because it's been there for thousands of years of human like existence. Like we hunted when we were
Mm.
barbarians, for crying out loud. So
Sure. So, okay. So I'm gonna address that point right now. I was gonna come back to it, but obviously I'm aware you've mentioned it twice now. So the whole like the appeal to longevity. So do you think that the morality of an action, depends on how long it's been happening?
plain and simple English, please.
So, for example, let me think. Like, let me give you an example. So, was human slavery moral because it's been done for many, many years? It's been done for centuries since humans first existed.
Completely different.
Yeah, it's a different
Completely
example, yes, but I'm asking if your justification would hold up in a different scenario.
scenario of what? Holding human beings in slavery compared to animals.
No, no. So
To,
the Midlander Viking, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to determine if your justification would hold up in a different scenario. So I'm giving you the example of human slavery. So you're saying an action is moral. So the action of exploiting animals is moral because we've done it for a long time. So I'm saying, okay, let's replace that action. Is this different situation also moral because that was also done for a long period of time?
no, because a lot of different like
Okay.
people were held as slaves, so it's completely different compared to
Yeah.
animals'
So
food.
then so then your excuse of longevity doesn't hold up because so you can't say that something is or isn't moral because of how long it's been happening. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're trying to say, but it's a complete different thing. It's like,
Yes,
don't get me wrong, I love animals,
it
but at the same
is.
time, it's a bit, a
It
bit
is.
complete different.
Yeah, it is completely different, but I'm only trying to determine if your justification holds up in a different scenario. So, do you do you think that we should respect other animals?
I respect animals, like, because I was brought up with, like, animals, and
Yeah.
I
Do
don't
you
know.
think we should respect them?
Well, it's the type of way of how you're going to be respecting them, you know, like,
Okay, but do you think that they deserve respect, whatever that might look like?
yeah,
Okay. And do you think that we can truly respect them if we are exploiting them for their flesh, eggs, breast milk, or for any other purpose?
but the difference is when you're saying that, we have been doing that for many of years. So,
Yeah, so we've already covered that. This is just a yes or no. So do you think that we can respect them if we are exploiting them for these reasons? Or if you want, I can rephrase. I can say, would it be possible for somebody to respect you if they were using you for your body parts?
how do you mean, like, explain a bit better than,
So if they were treating you in the same way that if they were exploiting you like you're exploiting other animals, would you consider that to be respectful towards you? If they were exploiting you for your flesh, for your skin, for anything your body produces? It seems like you've gone off the app or you're not there. Um, so yeah, if you're not there, then we might move on. The Midlander Viking. Bet he's using ChatGPT. Yeah, sometimes when people go on like a time. Oh, he's gone. Oh, great. Okay. See, I didn't even get to address his personal choice excuse either. I really want, because he said, I think that everybody should have the right to like exploit who they want or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure he doesn't think that somebody should have the choice, should have the right to exploit him. So, sorry, go on, Chip.
No. I was just like, he said it's been down for thousands of years, 5 times.
Yeah, I don't think he really seemed to understand when I was like trying to determine if his justification was good enough. He was like, well, you can't compare that, it's a different situation. Yeah, of course it's a different situation. The reason I'm using a different situation is to determine whether or not it's a good enough justification. But anyway,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's why
I don't know what's hard to
that's why-
understand.
Yeah, I use sexism. I think it's something that's still happening nowadays, and we've been doing it for thousands of years.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's that different. But he would have reacted the same way because he just didn't understand it. So yeah.
Yeah, perhaps. Right, let's see who's next. James Duller, I hear you. Stop spamming. If you're interested, please just request, and yeah, we'll. Oh, you're on the list. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to you. I'll see your messages though. You don't need to keep sending them. Who did I just accept? I just accepted somebody, but they're not here. Hey, are you over 18?
I love me. It's the best.
Okay. So yeah, I'm here for just serious conversations. Yeah, we'll just move on through the list if there's any trolls. Hey Malik,
Hello?
are you over 18?
Yes, I'm 23.
Perfect. So how do you feel about animals?
But I love the animals.
You love
I
animals.
love the animals.
Okay. How do you feel about animal exploitation?
I don't support it, but if I can get the chicken curry, but I would accept it. I love the chicken curry. I want to have the chicken curry every day.
Malik, are you here
If
for
it don't have chicken, then I don't want the curry. The curry is good with.
I don't think he's here for a serious conversation. Hey Q, are you
Hello.
over 18?
I certainly am. God, I can't remember the last time someone asked me that.
Okay. How do you feel about animals?
I love a bit of lamb. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I get
How
your
do you
point.
feel
I totally
about-
get your point.
Yeah, so how do you feel about animals as individuals?
Well, I suppose I've got a few dogs. I've got some horses. I bloody love those things.
Okay. So you love the animals that you've personally got a relationship with.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. How do you feel about animal exploitation? So what I mean by that is using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really thought about it. You just go into a supermarket, shop at Waitrose personally, and I always get the best kind of meat. But yeah, I've never really thought about it. I suppose from my era, really, you're considerably younger than me. I didn't really think much about that back then. You just think, well, this is nature. I'm just going to put it on my plate.
Yeah, most people don't really give it a second thought, which is why people like me are here, kind of bringing the topic to people's attention, really, because yeah, like you say, it's all wrapped in plastic in the supermarket, but we don't.
Oh yeah.
When you think about animals being exploited, yeah, how do you feel about that? Like, do you feel that it's moral or immoral?
No, yeah, definitely. If you bring more ethics into it, you could really go down a rabbit hole on that, yeah, it's not nice. I think we need to be treating, things like equal to us because we all got to share the planet, right?
Okay, so do you think that we should respect other animals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you think that it's truly respectful to do you think that it's possible to truly respect them if we are exploiting them for their flesh, their breast milk, their eggs, or for any other purpose?
I don't know. I suppose it. What about on a farm or something? If you've got a good kind of rapport with your animals and with the chickens, for example, and the hen, the eggs. You don't. I don't think they eat all their eggs, do they?
Chickens. I think the issue, I would say anyway, like from my perspective. So the issue with taking eggs from the chicken, even if they don't eat them, they've left them there, is that we're still viewing that individual as our resource, as something that we can take from.
Yeah.
And
What about another animal eating us though?
what about it?
I mean, they look at us as a resource, wouldn't they? If I was somewhere in like I don't know, another part of the world, and I was
Yeah,
stranded
maybe.
there, would,
Maybe like
I'm not trying to be difficult.
no,
I'm
no,
just trying
no,
to
it's
think.
fine. Maybe like a carnivorous animal, yeah, like a chicken or a cow, or I mean, the
Yeah.
animals that we tend to exploit are the most like easiest to control. They're the most like docile, the most harmless animals
True.
ever. So yeah, it's not as if we're out here exploiting animals who would potentially do the same thing to us. But for those animals who do, like harm other animals, then I would say that, if they could understand me, if they had a choice, they had supermarkets where they could get other options, then I would be saying the same thing to them. I would say,
Yeah.
stop doing that,
Yeah. True.
So did you say that sorry, I was a little bit confused by your answer. Did you say that you think it's possible we can respect other animals if we're exploiting them, or we can't?
No, not entirely. No. I mean,
Okay.
I think there's a thing called I learned recently called cognitive dissonance, isn't it? Where we kind of
Mhm.
put things to the back of our minds to make
Sure.
ourselves feel like, well, I don't need to deal with that. I can just compartmentalize and kind of just carry on eating
Yeah.
that food.
Yeah. Sure. So, what's your understanding of veganism, Q?
Well, it's trying to minimize suffering or exploitation to other creatures, isn't it? And living the best life you can within that kind of framework.
Yeah.
Just doing your best, trying. I don't think you'd always get it all right. There'll always be some level of whatever you might go and buy at a supermarket. There might be certain things that have been used to harvest that or all that. But I think it's in our day and age, if we've got options now to eat other alternatives, then what is the excuse to carry on, isn't it? Apart from taste, some people just like, well, it tastes better.
Sure.
But then in terms of ethics, you can't really argue, can you?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you're right that there will always be suffering as a result of our very existence, but the definition of veganism, it's the ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. So it's about not viewing them as a resource or as a commodity or as our property or as being here to serve us. It's about viewing them as their own individuals, worthy of
Yes.
respect, just similar to ourselves, really. So based on the fact that you said that we should respect them and it's not respectful to exploit them, do you feel that there's anything preventing you from being vegan and living in alignment with your morals?
I mean, no, not really. I suppose. No.
Okay.
I think it's just down that that's all I've known for so long, and I'm pretty bloody stubborn. But yeah, if I was to, would I kill for my food? Probably not. And
Yeah.
therefore, I'd think, well, maybe I'll try these other options then.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I think most people would agree with you, Q. If they had like a vegan dish here and they had an animal here, they would just eat the vegan dish. They wouldn't want to unalive the individual to eat them. But then they're paying someone else to do it, and to the animals it doesn't matter who's doing it. It matters that it's happening.
Yeah,
So
must be terrifying.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know the number one benefit of being vegan?
Number one benefit,
Mm-hmm.
um, probably something to do with cholesterol or probably the environment or something like that.
Yeah, it can be beneficial for cholesterol and for the environment. Yeah, but so the main benefit is always for the animals. So the benefit to them, they're no longer being exploited on your behalf. And for you, when you say that you're against animal exploitation, when you say that they deserve respect, then you won't be living in a hypocrisy because your actions will be in line with your morals. So if you were
Yeah.
in the situation of the animals, you were being exploited for your body, how urgently would you want your injustice to end?
Oh, pretty damn quick. Yeah.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
So how many more animals should be exploited for you from now on?
Well, yeah, none if possible.
None. Okay. So vegan from now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'd get a lot of stick from my friends though,
Right, okay. Do you think that, I mean,
because veganism's associated with homosexuality. That's always what my friends say. They're like, oh,
yeah,
don't do
but
it. You know.
is it logical? Because I mean, so we're talking about um avoiding exploiting these defenseless, vulnerable, innocent, childlike beings, right? There's nothing that says like there's no relation to not wanting to exploit these beings to your sexual preferences, right? It's like saying that people who are against racism are associated with homosexuality, you know? I think that for me, this is just my opinion. I haven't based this on anything, but it kind of seems like a bit of cope for them because they
Yeah.
understand that they're doing something immoral. So naturally, what people do is they'll commit these ad hominem attacks. So they'll attack the position, attack the person because it kind of makes them feel better about their
Them feel
position.
less homosexual
Perhaps.
when
Yeah.
they need to have a good hard look at themselves. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. People in the comments are saying that you're a troll account, but I don't get the impression that you're.
Who's saying that? We're having a conversation. Is
Yeah,
it because they want to get in the box?
I don't know. I don't get the impression.
Jealous. Wait your bloody turn. I'm having a conversation. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I feel that you.
Where do you go? Where
being
do you tend to
honest.
go shopping then? Okay, I mean, I'm just thinking of like where I shop now. You know, it's not too bad in options, but I'm just thinking of, you know, there are people out there that wouldn't be able to get access to that kind of
Yeah.
that kind of food. You know,
Do-
and go for the easier ready meals and that kind of stuff. Or
Yeah. So, do you have a supermarket where you live?
yeah, I do. Yeah.
You do, yeah. So there'll always be options. Yeah, the most accessible food worldwide tends to be vegan. I mean, you've got like rice,
Yeah.
pasta, lentils, beans. You've got so many different options to choose
Oh, yeah.
from.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I've actually had some, vegan food round. Who was it? I went round this lady's house, and she made me a lentil bolognese, and I bloody loved it. To be honest, didn't even think about the meat, and it's nice not to have all that gristle and all that other crap in there. And I think as well, what another thing I thought of recently is when the amount of crap they pump into the meat, and seeing that they've only got when they're when they call it free range, but you see the chickens. I don't know. Can I swear on here? Is that okay?
yeah, you can swear. You just can't
All right,
say
thank you.
certain words, but swear.
No, I won't. No, that's okay. But when they're just living in their own shit and filth, and in a tiny little confined space, and I'm like, well, how the hell is that? Free range.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
like
thing.
being lied to either.
Yeah, that's the thing because it's marketing. So I think that these companies, these labels, they exist to make people feel more comfortable about buying the product.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they're a business. They want to make money. You know, it's not for the benefit of the individuals, it's to make people feel comfortable. And if it's got that sticker on, then a lot of the time people think, oh, that's okay because, you know, it says free range on. But in order to be free range, it just the chickens, they don't like, they're not in cages, they can just be in a massive shed, crowded. But they can technically call that free range.
I mean, Red Tractor's a joke as well, isn't it? The Red Tractor stamp and all of that. A load of crap.
Yeah, I mean, they're like they're policed by their own farmers anyway, so it's
Oh God.
it's
Yeah. Well, no, I think you're doing fantastic work. I'd like to give it a go, to be honest.
okay. Would you be open to watching a documentary? Because on
Is
this
that the Land
link,
of Hope and Glory?
have you seen that Land of Hope and Glory?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
horrible.
Well, I usually recommend either Dominion. If you've seen Land of Hope and Glory, then you probably have I think it's a little bit similar. But there's also, there's something called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. Do you think you'd be able to give that a watch? It's a YouTube video. I'm guessing you've gone off to search it up.
No, sorry. I was responding
sorry.
to my girlfriend on WhatsApp. Sorry,
Okay.
2 seconds. No,
No,
go on,
no.
Karen, what was you saying?
Yeah, it's called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. It's on YouTube. Do you think you'd be able to give that a watch?
Oh,
it's
yeah, I'd love it.
Yeah, it's like thought-provoking, but yeah, it's quite like engaging, and like challenges your mindset or like how you've been brought up to think, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I'd love to give it a go.
Okay.
I think
if
it's
you
really
go,
good work.
oh, you've gone off the app again. Q.
Sorry, there you go. No, I've just responded. Sorry, she was
Okay.
she's pressuring me. She's like, "Can I get a rug?" And I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "The big one."
Okay.
So I've just responded to her. Yeah. No,
if you go onto my profile, this link here is in my bio. It's just this link tree and then Going Vegan. The speech is linked there. I think it's like the top one or something. But once you've watched that, then I'd love to speak to you.
Can I just address something else in here? I feel like Nessie Ryder's been riding me since I've got in this chat. She just keeps going on about, I'm not this person, Quentin Wilson. And can I just say, Nessie, what is your problem? We're trying to have a nice, decent chat in here, and you're just coming in here and you're just trolling me.
I just want to ask.
Who is Nessie? Who is Nessie?
I don't know. I just want to ask before you leave if Chip or Axel have anything they want to ask, because I'm done with my line of questioning.
You've done really well. Thank you, Jem.
Appreciate it.
I just want to understand, like, do you think that going forward, I think you're doing great. Do you think going forward, you're ever going to buy animal products from now on?
No, do you know what? I've actually got to do my shop online tonight on Waitrose, and do you know what? I'm going to give it a good bloody go.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. It's been really helpful. Axel, have you got anything to say?
I just would recommend looking up at Challenge 22. That would help you, and especially since you operate on WhatsApp. Challenge 22 will give you resources that are based off of your location, your budget, and your nutritional needs.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, they'll just and then they have dietitians on there. There's people to talk to on WhatsApp to help you go vegan and stuff like that.
No, I think it's great. I'm gonna give it a good go. Just Nessie Ryder, just in future, can you be more polite in here? I don't know if you're a moderator, but can you be nice to others? I don't know if she's vegan. I hope she is. And just a quick shout out as well. There was my friend in here, CJ Willard. I think we got to get him in here as well. He has got problems with eating meat as well, because I know him. We're terrible together. We're like, right, let's go and get a Toby Carvery, and then we just stock up on all the bloody meat. But it's making me sick now thinking about it. So CJ, try and get in a box, have a chat with these lovely people. Let's do this together.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks again, Q.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
You too. Right, so we're gonna keep moving on. Try and get as many as possible. Funnily enough, next on the list is CJ. I think oh, hang on, he's gone. Okay. Well, if that was a mistake, you're welcome to request up again. But yeah, I'm just going down the list in order, guys. Next up, we've got Isaac. Can I call you Isaac? Hello? Hello? Oh, he's gone. Yeah, we're going to keep going through. Going down the list. Aiden.
Ooh.
Hey, Aiden, are you over 18?
I just have. Yes, ma'am. I'm 23.
Okay. How do you feel about animals?
I just had one question. Is this like when you do these lives? Is it for like educational purposes or kind of like to call people out who you meet? Because I know some vegans do
Yeah,
that too.
so I'm here to ask people questions to determine where their morals lie, to determine if they should be vegan. So yeah, kind of like to hold people accountable, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
what was the question that you had for me again?
so how do you feel about animals?
I mean, depends.
It depends. What?
I mean, me personally, right now in my life, I really don't feel one way or another for animals.
Okay. So you're kind of yeah, you don't have any particularly like strong feelings towards them. How about
No.
animal exploitation? How do you feel about that? So what I mean by that is using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
I would answer that with two responses. The first one would be I'd view it the same way as I view how us as human beings exploit the planet on a day-to-day basis for its natural resources, but also I'd respond to that question as like how do I word that? Give me 1 second.
So wait, I'll wait for you to say the next bit and then I'll ask the follow-up question.
But I mean, the second one is I don't view it morally wrong to like unalive an animal for the use of its resources. And when I say that, I mean that in every category or aspect, whether that be somebody who can't sustain on a vegan-based diet, whether that be cost of living, or whether that be they may be allergic to some aspects of vegan or of plant-based diet, not veganism,
Sure.
of
So
like plant-based diet.
so I mean, I'm most interested in hearing about like your situation rather than because I appreciate everybody's got their own unique individual situations, but yeah, just in regards to like you exploiting other animals. So I know you mentioned about so. Am I right in saying that you don't have a particular issue with animal exploitation?
For me personally,
Sorry,
say
is that was that yes?
I'd say me personally, I I don't know. I don't really have a problem with it. I mean,
Okay.
it's the same way as how well it's I mean it's the same way because whether we all agree with it or not, every human being on this planet does contribute to it some way, some shape or form.
Sure. So you don't have a particular issue with animal exploitation. I mean, the reason I'm asking that is because you mentioned something about exploiting the planet. I'm assuming
Yes.
you have an issue with that.
I'd say I view it the same way as I view like how us as society and us as humans exploit the planet on a day-to-day basis for its necessary resources. Yes, as much as it sucks because there's no justification in the matter, it is just how it is.
Right. Okay. So, sorry, I'm a bit confused. So you do have an issue with it because you say it sucks.
Well, yes, I what I said prior, I retract that, or I'll take that back. Yes, I mean it does suck. It sucks. but
Okay.
we all contribute to it some way, some shape or form.
Sure, but we're talking about we're not discussing how it is. We're talking about how it ought to be. So yeah, I understand. Obviously, this is what happens, but yeah, the questions are more in line with what should happen or how should it be, if that makes sense. Do you think that we should respect other animals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that we can truly respect them if we are exploiting them for their flesh, breast milk, eggs, or for any other purpose?
I mean, yeah, sure.
You think it is possible?
I mean, I would ask you the same question. Do you think animals should be respected?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so if that's the case, then why do you still condone it? Why do other vegans also still condone it?
Condone what? Disrespecting animals?
Or in the sense of exploiting other animals? Because when we talk about veganism is a ethical stance against the exploitation and enslavement of
Yeah.
all animals in all outcomes, whether that be not just meat but also animal byproducts. And we understand that there are some things that we do use on a day-to-day living, whether we understand it or not, that do have animal byproducts on that.
Yeah. So my response to that would be, if there's a product that has animal byproducts and I'm aware of that, then I would avoid using it.
So why do you? I mean, in that case, why do you use a phone?
So you're saying that all phones have animal byproducts in?
No, but a majority of the phones that we do use, like Apple and Androids, do have like in their circuit boards, and there's some other places in the phone itself that does use animal byproducts. There's
Like what?
it's a type of acid. I'm trying to think of what it's called.
Yeah. So I think
I had it saved, but I can't remember. There's three big main key things that are in phones. There's like a type of glue. There's a type of acid, and then there's a type of plastic that does contain animal byproducts in those things that are in Apple and Android phones, which are the most common phones that we use in society.
Yeah. So what would your proposed solution be for
I mean, if
for
we're
vegans, or what
don't use those phones.
what phones should we use? What phone do you use, Aiden? Because if you're, I mean, are you against using phones with animal byproducts?
No, because I don't view the process to be morally wrong.
Right. Okay.
Yes, it will sound like I'm being hypocritical, but it does kind of play a point.
Google says that iPhones are vegan friendly. There's no animal byproduct. I just Googled it. According to Google, iPhones are vegan friendly.
Yeah. I mean, generally.
I've done my research.
Well, in general, Adam, if you are making a claim, then you would need to provide the evidence, but you should also provide an alternative solution as well, because I'm here providing evidence that animals are being exploited, and my solution is veganism, right? But you're not even vegan yourself, right? So,
No.
yeah, so this kind of like logic kind of seems like a bit of a deflection from your own like actions, because let's say, for example, I mean, it's an appeal to hypocrisy, right? Have you heard of that? So
Yes.
let's say, even if my phone did contain animal byproducts, or even if I just ate a pig sandwich before this live, for example, it still wouldn't make my argument that animal exploitation is immoral. It still wouldn't
Yes, it
make
would.
that. No, the argument would still stand. This is why appeal to hypocrisy is a logical fallacy, because it wouldn't make my argument any less valid. Of course, it would make me a hypocrite, but it wouldn't undermine my argument itself, right?
Well, then I have a question. This is, say someone abuses someone, okay? Say somebody abuses someone, and say someone doesn't really abuse someone, but on the rare occasion they do, and they played "Stop Abusing Someone," then would you still listen to them, even though they still in some way, shape, or form abuse another person?
Sorry, can you repeat that for me?
Say there's people that abuse people.
Yeah.
They preach that it's not wrong. Say somebody who doesn't abuse people really, but on the small rare chance, every now and then, rare occasion they do every now and then, but they plead to other people, hey, don't abuse people.
Yeah.
Would
Abuse
that
would
still be, would they still be? Yeah.
Yeah, abuse would still be wrong even though they were doing it. Yeah, it wouldn't make their argument any less valid. That's why an appeal to hypocrisy is a logical fallacy.
Okay, maybe I was wrong then. I don't know.
So,
But
I just want to ask Aidan, because you said that we can respect other animals if we are exploiting them. So, if you were being exploited for your body, do you think that could ever be respectful towards you?
I mean, if these people were giving me a good life, then I wouldn't have a problem with it.
But would it be respectful, is what I'm asking. So, did your parents give you a good life growing up?
Yeah.
Would it be respectful for them to exploit you for your body and to end that life?
No, but you're placing this in your typical human being shoes. It'd be more it'd make more sense if you were to say I had the same brain capacity of a cow, and the only things that I cared about in life was eating, pooping, and then sex.
Well, first you would have to prove that that's the only thing that they care about in life. But I suppose my question to you would then be, so why would it not be respectful for you, but it is respectful to do that to them? Like, what's the morally relevant difference between you and other animals that justifies the difference in view?
Well, I mean, if I was to go into the moral detail, I'd just use the Bible, because I base my morals off. I base my morals off the Bible.
Right. Okay. So.
And in that case, human beings are made in the image of God, to where it doesn't state that in the Bible for animals.
Yeah. So would I be justified to use my religion to exploit you? Let's say in my Bible.
No.
It says that anyone called Aidan is fair game for me. Anyone called Aidan, I can exploit however I want. They're my personal slaves, because it says it in my Bible. Is that justified?
I mean, if your Bible was, or if the Bible that you're reading was a legitimate thing, then yeah,
it would be justified, in your opinion.
Again, if it was a legitimate,
it is legitimate
religion.
This is my who are you to say if my religion's legitimate or not? Of course it is.
Then prove that religion to be true.
Prove your religion to be true.
You got me there, I guess.
Okay, so yeah, I still haven't got a morally relevant difference between you and them. Do you have one? Do you have, like, because you say that it wouldn't be respectful for you, it is respectful to do to them. I'm trying to find out what the difference is between you and them that justifies the difference in view.
I don't know off the top of my head. I don't have my notebook with me at the moment. That has
yeah,
things that
I mean,
for it.
You don't need a book. It's because your actions at the moment are saying that that their exploitation is respectful, but yours wouldn't be. You don't need a book to determine what your morals say, right?
Well, it's not first off, it's not a book that determines what my morals say. It's a word of God that determines what my morals say.
Yeah, but like I've said, we've already been through religion. You said it wouldn't be justified for me to use my religion to exploit you, right? Because I can't prove my religion. But
there's ways to prove Christianity. Here's a question. Here's a question
Aidan,
I do have.
I can prove that your Bible is not the word of God.
I'll ask. Go ahead here in a second. But one thing I do want to ask though is like, do you host? You're not a religious person, are you? Or are you a religious person?
No.
So is it fair to say that you believe that morality is subjective?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so I got a question for that here in a second, but I know that one of the other co-hosts you have wanted to say something.
Well, Aidan, do you want to ask me your question real quick, and then Chip can jump in, because rather than go back and forth.
Yes, that's fine. So if you believe that morality is subjective, that in the most simplest way that I can put, or I can like state this, believing or saying that morality is subjective is believing that society deems what is morally acceptable. Actually, I have a second question for that. You're in the UK, right? You sound like you're somewhere in Europe. If that's okay, I don't know y'all's laws and regulations. I know I thought veganism was a little bit bigger in places like Germany.
Sorry, is that your
Or was
question?
no, but no.
Okay.
I
What-
went off topic. That's my
What's
bad.
your question?
My question is so do you agree that society deems what is morally acceptable and what is morally not? Do you believe that morality itself is a social construct?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
I think
show me.
well, I think we all have our own idea of what's moral or not.
So how is it? So how like, for example, how is it morally wrong? How am I morally wrong for eating meat and condoning the action?
Well, I think from my perspective that you are, and the reason that I'm asking this
But
question, should you be vegan?
that's your perspective though.
Exactly. But the reason that I'm asking you questions, Aidan, is to determine where your morals lie, and this is the reason that I'm challenging your narrative. So your justifications to what you're saying is because I'm trying to determine what your subjective opinion is, right? Because obviously, if your morals say that it's not moral to exploit other animals, then I think that you should be consistent and live by those morals. This is why I'm having these conversations. I think Chip or Axel, did you want to ask anything? Because I think we've kind of hit a wall.
Well, I just want to tell you about Leviticus 11:5, where it says, so in your Bible, in Leviticus 11:5, it says that the rock hyrax or the rock badger, depending on the translation, it chews on the cud, which essentially it means some animals, they chew some of the food, then because they have multiple stomach, then they regurgitate it back, and then they chew it back again and swallow it.
You said what animal again?
Or the rock hyrax does that. The hyrax.
I don't think I know what that animal is.
Doesn't matter, but the Bible mentions it, and it says that it chews its cud, and in fact, biologically, it does not. However, a human observing that animal would say that it does chew its cud because it keeps masticating its food, and it may seem like it's chewing its cud, but in fact, it is not. So you would assume that
Again,
an animal,
I'm
the
still trying to
biology
figure out
of the animal
what
that it
animal it
created. It's a rock
I'm still
badger.
trying.
It's a coney. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, Aidan. You can look it up. It's Leviticus 11:5. It's scientifically inaccurate. So if your Bible was truly written by a god, then surely that statement couldn't.
So the Bible wasn't written by God. The Bible
But
was
it
written
just
by
proves that your
40
Bible is most likely not written by a god who would know the biology of
So
a
do you know the
hyrax.
historically how the Bible is written? It was written by 40 men, 39 Jews and one non-Jew, in the time span of over 1,500
Yeah, so it's not
years.
the word of God. Yeah, so it's not the word of God. Exactly. Thank you.
Aidan, would you be?
Is that a gotcha question? I don't understand. How does that
No,
disprove
it's
God?
just not the word of God. It just disproves that the Bible is not the word of God. That's what I said.
So do you understand that these are also people who had commandments from God, and wrote it.
Yeah, so it seems like these people did not write.
So
So did God give the bad commandment, or did the people write it badly?
I don't know. You brought up the Bible to be false, and you brought out a verse. Is that verse a commandment of God, or is that verse commandment of
But that's what
somebody
I'm
else?
asking you. How do you take it? Do you take that? Who do you take?
I'll have to read through that verse again.
Or was
You
the
said
mistake
you
coming
said
from the person
Leviticus
who
what again? 11 what?
11:5?
11:5. Oh yeah, I'll look at it again. I'll read over it again. It's been about a couple years since I've read through Leviticus.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Either way,
but
like you understand that logically, a compassionate God. So you may claim that your logic Bible may have an error. Then you should probably trust your logic over the Bible, because the Bible may not be written by God. However, you claim that your logic definitely does come from God. So you have more sympathy in your logic than in God. And logically speaking, a compassionate God would not want you to oppress innocent, defenseless animals simply because you can. Otherwise, this God would
can you
not be compassionate.
can you read me Genesis 9? I think it's 3 or 5 maybe.
Oh, no, I'm not interested in that. I just explained to you some piece. Can you respond to
No.
that,
You
or
said
if not, I'm done.
you said a compassionate
Okay, then
God.
I'm done.
So
Um,
can you read me
Aiden,
Genesis 9:3, or it's like 9:5 or something? Yeah. Yes,
sorry,
Host.
Chip said he's done. Would you be open to watching a documentary?
Is it Dominion?
No, it's called Christspiracy. It's about
I
religion, Christianity.
yeah, I can.
So it is on. So if you go on my profile, this is on my bio. So it's just this link tree going vegan, but the documentary is linked in there. Yeah, I think you might find it interesting.
Yeah, and it's like
Cool.
I do want to say I do want to say because I am about to have to go. I do want to say I don't think that veganism entirely is a bad thing. I do think a lot of people that are vegan are really hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I wanted to say at the first. But yeah, that's really all I have. I do
Yeah.
hope y'all have a wonderful day.
Yeah, but I mean, again, even if they were, that wouldn't make the position of veganism any less ethical, right? I just want to point that out.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I do appreciate you for coming up, Aiden. But yeah, we're gonna move on.
All right, y'all have a good day.
You too. Right, next guest. Hey, Max Carr, have we spoke before?
Briefly, yes.
We have. Oh, okay. Are you over 18?
Yeah.
I just recognise your name a little bit, but I don't remember anything about having a conversation. So you might have to remind me.
Pardon, sorry, I missed it.
I said you might have to remind me because I recognise your name a little bit, but I don't remember what was said in the conversation.
It was about animal exploitation, chicken, and poultry.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna drop you. Feel free to request up because we've spoke before, and there's lots of other people in the request who I haven't spoke to. If I get through them all, I might come back to you. But yeah, I just want to take the opportunity to try and speak to people who I haven't yet spoken to. It's loading. Taking a time, taking a minute. I have requested somebody, but it's taking a moment. Don't know what's going on there. Let me try disconnect, see if I have better luck with the next. Oops, I think I accidentally accepted. Sorry, Max. Yeah, do request. I think it's because your name popped up just as I was accepting. like I said, if I get through everybody who I haven't spoken to, I'll circle back to you. But yeah, I just want to try and speak to people. Are you a child?
Meat tastes so good.
Yeah, clearly a child. Existential frequentist.
Oh, hey there.
Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm not opposition though, so if you're just looking for opposition, you can drop me. a
Oh,
phone.
you vegan, are you?
I'm kind of like sentiocentric, so I guess you could say yeah.
Sorry, you're what? Sorry?
Have you ever heard of sentiocentrism at all?
What's that?
It's just this sort of philosophical thesis that sentient beings should be the center of moral inquiry. I'm just against the exploitation of sentient beings.
Oh, VSL says it's Cal.
Yeah, that's my name.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm familiar. He's very cool. Apparently you're very cool. So, but yeah,
Thank you.
I've not come across you before. Vegan with extra steps. Okay, based. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to say something if you've got something to say, or you could just hang out in the panel here. So, and I'll carry on going through the list. What I usually do is I'll have conversations with people, and then once I've finished my line of questioning or there's nowhere else to go with it, I'll open up to the panel. So you're welcome to jump in and say something then if there's a point you'd like to make.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's carry on then. Oh, we got a fisher. Josh is fishing. Oh, they've gone. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Who else? Horse Lane. Hey, Horse Lane, are you over 18?
Hello.
I don't think you are. Yeah, guys, only over 18s can come on up. It's the rules for TikTok, so yeah, I can't speak to you if you're under 18. Hey, Haz, are you over 18?
Yes, I'm 19.
Perfect. How do you feel about animals?
How do I feel about animals? Depends what animals you're talking about.
Okay, so
Well, I have two dogs. Obviously, I love my dogs,
mhm.
and I wouldn't ever subject my dogs to hurt. I know what you're gonna say. If you wouldn't subject your dogs to hurt, why would you subject a sheep, pig,
Okay.
or anything like that?
Mhm.
But may I ask you, have you ever obviously that the chain of being, apex predators, herbivores, carnivores, omnivores.
Yeah.
So like a tiger can
Mhm.
only eat meat. It genuinely doesn't have the capacity to eat grass. It doesn't have the capacity. It would die, essentially.
Are
Humans are
you?
omnivores. So what I'm saying is humans are omnivores. We can eat both, but
Mhm.
our body digests protein better than plants. So I would state that it's not that
Sorry,
you can't, that it's
what do you mean
unhealthy
our
to
body?
eat.
Sorry, Haz. You're saying a lot there. What do you mean
Sorry.
our body digests protein better than plants? You realise that
So
protein is in plants.
no, yes, but so there's in plants. So say depends what plants you're talking about. Obviously, if you're talking about wheat and grain, that's okay and stuff like that. But in a lot of vegetables, there's cellulose, which our body isn't as good as at digesting. There is also certain things in maybe not animal flesh, but in protein that we need, and the best source of protein is animals. So,
What's the
but then
evidence?
obviously you've got your line of
Yeah.
your line of questioning.
So you making a claim that the proteins from animals is superior, right?
Yes.
What would the evidence be for that?
I wouldn't be able to find it for you right now, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple of biologists saying that. But if you can go find the differing evidence, I'm always.
It's just
This is obviously about a conversation.
It's just that all the evidence that I've seen says that first of all, we have to look at the outcomes, like the outcome of data. But when there have been studies comparing people who get protein from plants versus from animals, they typically don't find any difference in terms of like performance. So yeah, that's why I said, what's your evidence for that? Because if you're making the claim that otherwise, then obviously you'd have to prove that. How do you feel about animal exploitation?
This is what is your definition of animal exploitation?
So using animals in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
So, do you want to give me an example, just for
Yeah, so
like, what
using them for their flesh, using them for their breast milk, their eggs, their skin, their labor, for entertainment. It's just using them that in a way that's not in their interest, so for our own selfish purposes.
entertainment? I don't like horse. I don't like the horse races. I don't like when we had dog races. I didn't like dog races, and I think using animals for entertainment is fundamentally wrong.
How come?
So, I believe that animals they aren't as advanced as humans.
Okay.
Because, but they still can, and it's been shown that they can exhibit stress. They can exhibit certain emotions that can make them feel depressed and upset and make them feel really bad. And then in my personal opinion, if like I saw my cats or my dogs feeling that way, I wouldn't be happy about it. So,
okay, but
in that sense, yes, I don't like the entertainment. I'm a meat eater, so I eat meat.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm here if I didn't. But I don't see as big of an issue as using them for their flesh, because I guess it's a thing about population. Like when humans were first evolving, like cavemen and stuff, they had to hunt for food.
Okay.
They didn't have the intelligence to do mass farming. They didn't have the intelligence to do as much tools to do those things. And I feel like for a long time, humans have always hunted.
Right. Is that what you do?
No, I don't hunt, obviously, because I don't live anywhere where there is animals for me to hunt.
Okay. So sorry, I'm just a little bit confused as to why you're bringing up people hunting in the past. We're talking about your actions in the present.
What I'm saying is, if it was always like that, why is it wrong now when it wasn't wrong back then?
Okay, sure. So, well, my response would be that we were living in different circumstances and different times then. So you can justify different things in different situations. So, for example, like now, for example, we have supermarkets, we have accessibilities, so we don't have to hunt for food anymore. So it's like, if it's not a necessity, then how do we justify causing or exploiting other animals when we don't have to, when they don't like it, if that makes sense? That would be my response.
Okay, so say we found a way to reduce eating meat.
Okay.
So everyone reduced eating meat, so we wouldn't have to have as many cattle, which means the farms would open up. And you said, I was watching it before, and you said free range isn't actually free range. I'm pretty sure. To Q, was it?
Yeah, not free range in the sense that some people would believe it to be, if that makes sense. Like, people have like the idea of free range in their head. It's not free range as in, they're always out in fields.
Yeah, obviously that's like it's more free range than the ones where they're like trapped in just like in boxes and killed whenever they're big enough and just constantly fed.
Free range is basically cage free, but they're typically kept in like big barns where they can house like 8 birds per square meter, so it's pretty crowded.
Yeah, okay. So that's fine. Well, it's not fine. It's feel a bit like. But I've got around the point, and we could reduce our food consumption, and the animals did get more space, and we let them live out for a longer period of time until it was not unnatural for them to live, but like they would die in the wild at that point, and we only ate in that way. Would you say that is morally okay to eat meat, or would you say it's obviously not sustainable and it'd be in a theoretical world? Would that be morally okay to eat meat, or would you still believe it's not morally okay to eat them?
No, because we'd still be exploiting animals. So I'm vegan, which means that I'm against the exploitation of other animals. So I don't think that exploiting them when we don't have to is ever justified at all. So yeah, I just want to kind of get to the bottom of why you think that we shouldn't exploit other animals for entertainment, but we should to consume them.
Good question. Never really thought of it that way, but like, I feel like entertainment is very, very. There's more like I don't like how it's put on a show and how like those animals like whipped to do what they weren't trained in unnatural circumstances, which they wouldn't be in the wild. Which I know that chickens won't be like they are in the wild, but cows now, so like the cows that we have made, that they're essentially human-made cows because we've domesticated them so much. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe they could survive out in the wild, and they would be very, very easily killed. So
yeah, but we're not advocating for animals to be domesticated animals to be released into the wild, has.
So, okay, say now everyone turned vegan at this point. What would you say would be done with those animals?
Well, they'd have to be taken care of because they've been domesticated to the point where they're reliant on humans. So everyone's vegan, right? So we've got 8.5 billion humans who suddenly have the animal's best interests at heart, right? So we're going to come up with resources and money to take care of these animals, bearing in mind we'd only need to take care of the amount of animals we have today for probably the next 20 years because their population would rapidly decline anyway. So they haven't been bred to live a long, healthy life. They've been bred to be as profitable as they can.
And then die, yeah.
Yeah. So let me rephrase the question. So why do you think it's ethical to exploit animals for their flesh?
Obviously, in my mind, I don't see it as exploitation.
Okay, but exploitation is using them in a way that goes against their interests for our own selfish purposes.
How do you know that? So then the question is, how do you know that that's against their? Obviously, the cages would be against their interest.
So obviously, being unalived is against their interests. And you have to be unalived to be used for your body to consume someone's body, right?
Yeah.
And we know that they don't want to be unalive because they have a preference to live. They have the desire to continue living. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So we know that it's against their interests. And because we don't need to do it, it's for our own selfish purposes. Therefore, it is exploitation. Do you follow that?
Yeah, I agree with that. That's fine.
So, do you still hold the position that it's ethical to exploit animals for their bodies, for their flesh, to consume their flesh? Just to be clear.
I don't. I guess I don't hold the position that it's ethical.
Okay, that's fine. So, do you think that we should respect other animals?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I agree that we should just. I'm not religious or anything. I'm agnostic, so I believe that there is something out there, but I don't know what it is, and I don't believe in any of the religions. So this isn't coming from a religious standpoint. I'd like to point out.
Okay.
That I believe I kind of went on a tangent there. I don't know why. Sorry, what was the question? I don't
So you said that we should respect animals, and so my next question would be, do you think that we can truly respect them if we are exploiting them for their flesh, eggs, breast milk, or for any other purpose? Can that ever be respectful?
No, I would also argue that stuff like so obviously you're vegan, so you don't eat eggs and stuff. Eggs, again, now that chickens lay eggs, they lay fertilized eggs and unfertilized eggs. I believe that, and a lot of time they're made so that they can't get pregnant because they're kept away from hens. I believe that an animal's purpose, or even humans' purpose a lot of the time, is to keep the circle of life going. And so produce offspring, and so I'm going to get to my point. I'm kind of just going around a bit. So, and to respect an animal, you would want to keep their interest, which their interest would be keeping the circle of life and contributing to the environment, which you could say from a point of view that giving that humans food, that animal has completed their, I'm doing air quotes right now, job, in a sense.
Right. Okay. But my response would be, who are you to determine what their job is? So if I did the same thing to you and said, well, your purpose is to sustain me, and that's your job, I'm giving you that job, would that then be justified?
Do you not believe there's a fundamental difference between human beings and animals? Or are you
sorry,
at
Haz,
the point?
I've asked two questions that I haven't got an answer to.
Go on, sorry.
So yeah, I just want to circle back. You said that we should respect them. So I was asking, can we truly respect them if we are exploiting them for their flesh, eggs, breast milk, or any other purpose? It was just a yes or a no.
From an ethical standpoint, someone would say no.
Yeah, but what would you say?
Like I said, in my roundabout thing, I think yes.
You think we can respect them if we're exploiting them? Okay.
Yes.
So do you think that it could ever be respectful if you were being exploited for your body?
Again, this is where we get back to this point where I believe that humans have a fundamental difference there's a fundamental difference between humans and animals.
Okay. And what difference is that justifies the treatment?
Do you believe that there is so just for my clarification, do you believe that there is a fundamental difference between animals and humans?
I think that there's a difference between all species. What do you mean by a fundamental difference?
So there's a reason we keep certain animals in zoos, which I don't agree with zoos really. But there's a difference between animals that are out in the wild, like an orangutan, that are closely related to humans, and a pig that we farm. The intellect, the emotions, I don't know how to word it. Their brain function, they're like how they live, how they thingy. You don't see a pig coming in and living in houses, do you? You don't see pigs creating skyscrapers or doing anything like that. They don't have the intelligence. They might not even have the emotional intelligence.
Sure. So do you think that intelligence should determine somebody's right to life or their right to freedom or body autonomy?
Well, because I have a feeling I know what you're going to say next, but probably not, no. Okay. Intelligence alone, no.
Okay, so yeah, that we go back to the same question, which is, what's the morally relevant difference between humans and other animals that justifies their exploitation but wouldn't justify ours?
Free will.
What do you mean by that?
So humans have fundamental free will. We can.
What does that mean?
if I wanted to, which I wouldn't, I could go next door and kill my next door neighbor. It would be illegal, but I have the free will to go do so.
Yeah,
Animals. Go on. Sorry, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say if you could just use unalive because we're on TikTok.
Unalive. Yeah. Sorry. Unalive. I go and unalive my neighbor.
Right.
And there'd be consequences. I'd legal action and stuff. But I
Okay.
could do that because I have the free will to do that.
Sure.
In my belief, animals do not have said free will. I believe animals are more programmed to do something due to instincts and stuff than humans are, and humans are more conscious and think about what they're doing.
Well, there are certain humans who act based on instinct as well. So, like human
psychopath?
babies, for example, they
Oh, human beings,
act
sorry.
on instincts. Yeah, they just have an instinct to eat and breathe, basically. So, would you say that we're justified to exploit them because they don't have free will, as you call it?
But in that case, those are going to, the next stage of their life is to become talking, walking, free will. They're going to learn to have free will. An animal
Not
will never
necessarily.
learn.
Not if they have like a mental disability. They might.
I still believe
always
even
be
if
in the
they have
same-
a mental disability, they're free. Sorry, that's my dogs fighting. They don't have they still have free will. They just don't have as much consciousness.
Yeah, so I'm just struggling to understand why having this free will would then justify exploiting others who don't. Surely having free will, I mean, it kind of seems a little bit similar to me as somebody saying that we have moral agency. Surely having free will means that we've got responsibility and we can act ethically.
Yes, but if we choose to kill another animal,
Unalive.
Sorry, yeah. I've not been on many of these. Unalive another animal or use their flesh. That's again our free will.
Sure,
But
I'm
I
asking-
feel like it's also kind of instincts of what so we have the free will, but I feel like there are fundamental instincts, and one of those fundamental instincts is to unalive for our food.
What, you think we have an instinct to unalive other animals? Because
I think we
usually
have
in
instinct-
kids, when
instinct
they
to
unalive animals, we send them to a therapist. It's
No,
like
on
you know when you watch these serial killer documentaries, it always starts with them harming animals, and they go on to then harm humans.
Okay, I didn't mean
yeah,
to
I don't think
unalive
it's
ourselves, but what?
It's
why
not
do you think
instinctivist at
people-
all. That's sorry. This is why people don't like to even watch other animals being unalive. They can't stand the sight of it. They look away. We're squeamish when we see the red liquid. I can't say that word on here, but yeah, it's not an instinct at all. If it was instinctive, then we would not be able to walk through a sheep full of field without our stomachs rumbling, and we would start salivating. We wouldn't be able to live with pets in our homes if it was instinctivist for us to harm other animals, because they wouldn't be safe. So anyway, sorry, you've been up for a while. I'm just going to ask anyone else if they want to say anything, because I just don't feel this is going anywhere.
I'm curious because we have free will as you claim, and you also have free will to cheat on your partner, and that's not illegal. Would you do that?
No, because I believe that exclusivity. I believe my moral.
So would you say is it immoral to cheat on your partner?
I wouldn't. If someone else did it, I wouldn't punish them. I wouldn't particularly.
According
punish
to
them
your
or start yelling
values.
at them for. But from my moral perspective, yes, it'd be wrong to cheat on your partner.
Okay, and if it's wrong to cheat on your partner and it's wrong to exploit animals for trivial products, and we have free will to do both,
Sorry.
why choose to do one but not the other?
How we jumped from cheating on a partner being morally wrong in my eyes to eating animals being morally wrong. They're two. They're disconnect. They're two very.
So wait, so you think I thought you agreed that exploitation for trivial products is wrong, or you don't?
What do you I think you're classing meat as a trivial product. I don't believe
it is a trivial product. Yeah, we don't need it. We have studies done on over 500,000 individuals with over 30 years of data showing that you can thrive on a plant-based diet. I'm a certified nutritionist. We have the largest organizations of nutritionists and dietitians on the planet saying the same thing. Every single health institution of every single country agrees that you can be vegan. So I don't understand. That just simply means that if you can thrive without eating animals, that means meat is trivial. Yeah.
No, is there a study where it says you can thrive while eating eating animals instead of you because when you phrased it before you said you can still survive eating animals.
No, I never said survive. I said you can thrive. Yeah. We have plenty of studies saying that you can thrive on it. Yeah. In fact, the study done on 500,000 individuals with over 30 years of data showed that the people who consume plant-based diets were lived longer and had a healthier life.
Do you have the name of the study with you right now?
Yeah, it's called the Epic Oxford study. If you Google the Epic Oxford study, yeah.
That's fine. I will head off now and go have a look at that then.
So if you find that you can thrive on a plant-based diet, are you still going to exploit innocent animals?
If I find that you can live on a plant-based diet, I will try my very hardest to eat, and I will do my best to eat less meat, and then maybe gradually
so you're still going to exploit some animals. You're gonna try to do your best, but from time to time, a little bit of violence will be like
okay.
Because you gotta be. It's in your nature, and you also claim that you're superior to animals somehow, but then you use the nature idea. You say we have an instinct to be violent towards other animals, which we don't. But even if it were true, you also claim that we're superior and we don't have to listen to our instincts. So which is it? Do you have an instinct to be violent, or do you have an instinct to be violent towards other animals, or can you withhold your instinct and actually do what's right?
Myself, I can withhold my instinct because
so then you can choose to not be violent.
I can choose not to be violent.
Yeah.
But, you said there, do you believe that, this is getting a bit off topic, but do you believe that humans are not morally and consciously superior to animals?
Not at all. No, not at all. Everything that you mentioned, complexity, is not true. For example, an octopus has 9 brains. The complexity of an octopus is far superior to ours. If you compare a human being to a dog, for example, a dog can smell better, hear better. So probably their experience of life is monumentally enhanced rather than ours. So the only thing that we have is a capacity for higher intelligence. And to say that our capacity for higher intelligence somehow makes us better is, I don't know, it's factually false, because better by what statement? We are obviously, like, you have capacity for higher intelligence, yet you're not using that in this conversation. You're filled with cognitive dissonance, because with higher intelligence, cognitive dissonance also comes. So I don't get it. Like, I don't think we're anything special other than our capacity for higher intelligence. We're the same as every other animal, yeah.
Okay, then I think that's where we fundamentally disagree.
Well, it's not that we fundamentally disagree. The thing about it is that my assessment is based on logic, critical thinking, and some form of, the factual statements that I just mentioned. Your assessment is based strictly on bias, exactly as it would be by a person who's discriminating based on gender, a person who is discriminating based on race. They all use some form of the same statements that you do. I think that my race is superior. I think that my gender is superior. Why? Well, simply because I think so. How can you justify that? I can't. What's the difference? Well, surely you see the differences. Yes, there are differences, but none of them justify the superiority complex that you have. That's the whole point.
That was a lot to take in.
Yeah, I agree. You could say, like, there's so many different species out there that have a lot of more, like, superior abilities than we do. Like, other animals can literally, like, there's animals who have an extra sense that we don't even possess. Some animals can, like, literally grow back their limbs, change the color of their skin. They can detect disease, detect earthquakes before they even happen. Like they can do these amazing things. We say, oh, but they can't build a house, and and therefore we're justified to exploit them. It's kind of like a might make right arguments.
It's the complexity of our moral standing, the belief that we've made a society. What society is as big as a human society?
There's plenty of animals who have societies. There's plenty of animals who have complexities in their societies. Like there's plenty of animals who have pets. There's plenty of animals who every single thing that our human behavior has been noticed in other animals. Cheating, jealousy, I don't know, even justice, your kind of morality exists even in animals, because if you see two dogs, you will know, if you have two dogs, you will notice that if you give only one of them a snack, the other one will find it unfair and will want a snack also, because they have a rudimentary form of justice, but they do have that. And if your claim is, well, we have a more superior form or whatever, well, not everyone. There's plenty of human beings who don't. And if you think that that's a good way to justify violence towards somebody, then that's a very ableist position. Oh, I can do more, therefore it's I deserve more. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Can I actually ask him a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just curious because you said that there's some kind of like asymmetry in moral value between us and animals. I'm just wondering if it's in virtue of their cognitive faculties. Let's just say that hypothetically we discover this race of beings, like maybe they're like off the coast of Scotland where I come from or something, in some ancient island that's just been like rediscovered. And, they look identical to us, like optically, morphologically, they're indistinct from human beings. But they're all just like mentally handicapped, right? Like they have the cognitive faculties of like a dog or a cow, for instance, but they look identical to human beings. Like, would you think it would be okay to just like farm these entities for food?
What? So your hypothetical, just so I can clarify, it's people that look exactly like us, but have the moral standing, the brain capacity of a dog or a cat or a cow.
Yeah, let's just say that they have the the neurological faculties of like a dog, for instance, which is pretty much symmetrical with a cow, right? So let's just say that they look identical to us, and you can, optically speaking, on a sort of prima facie, on a sort of observational vantage point, you couldn't distinguish me physically from one of these beings. And let's just say that they share some arbitrary figure, like 92% of our DNA with them or something like that. So they're very similar to us, but they're a completely different species. But they look identical to us, and their cognitive faculties are like that of a dog or a cow. Like, would you think it would be morally permissible if I just wanted to like slash their throats and farm them?
You would have the free will to do that.
Yeah, but just to be clear, I'm not asking you if I have the free will to do it. I'm asking you, do you think it's morally permissible for me to do it?
I wouldn't myself, no.
Yeah, so obviously like the asymmetry in value between humans and animals is not the cognitive faculties, right? Or otherwise you would be committed to the absurdity that I could like genocide all of these innocent people purely for food because of their cognitive faculties. So that's not even your view. So I actually don't think that you don't share the intuition of these guys. I think that you do share that intuition. It's just that you've been conditioned by the norms of your society that it's a normality to consume animals or something like this.
Well,
but
to be fair, my sister and my brother are both vegan, so.
Oh, great! So you've got people around you that share the same intuitions as you probably do.
They became vegan after seeing a pig, like you said before, unaliving. People don't. When we were talking about instincts, people don't like to see a animal being unalived.
Yeah.
That put both my brother and my sister off eating meat.
Right.
They've tried to show me that video before, and I myself didn't. It didn't affect me. So, I believe that it isn't. So I haven't been conditioned by anyone. I've had the free will to choose whether I wanted to. And you know what? This conversation, and I'll leave it because you obviously want to get to other people. This conversation has actually kind of opened my eyes a bit, and I will have a look at that study. I'll do some more research on it, and I may, and again, my free own free will, I may even go and convert. Happily.
Amazing. By the way,
Happily.
just to be clear, the thing that I was saying that I thought you were conditioned were that, it's not okay to just like callously farm dogs and horses for food, but you do think it's okay to like callously farm and exploit pigs for food. I was just saying that I don't think that you think that there is some kind of asymmetry between these two beings, morally speaking. I don't think that that's your intuition. I just think that, like myself, for a very long period of time, I think that you probably just operate as a society whereby it's such a normality, you haven't even really probably considered that it's wrong. But I think that the most philosophically rigorous thing that you can deploy in this kind of circumstances, what if it were you? What if there were, hyper powerful extraterrestrial entities whereby the divide in intelligence, speed, dominance, cunning, wit, technological advancement between us and them was equivalent to the divide between us and pigs? You wouldn't like to be in that circumstance. So what I would recommend is, dispense the type of treatment to other beings that you would like to receive. But I'm really glad that you'll think about it, and you sound like a really nice guy. So it's been a great pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Epic Oxford is the study. I'm just repeating it so you can look into it.
Yeah, I've written it down. I've written it down.
Nice.
So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye.
There's a speech linked on. So if you go to my link tree, if you go on my profile, there's a link tree, and then there's a speech on there. It's called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. Do you think you'd be open to giving that a watch?
Yeah. So anything that you think will open my eyes, I will happily look into. I will happily look into it more. And and a lot of the times, like a lot of my family was religious, and I looked into it, and I thought, I don't believe in any religion.
Yeah.
So I will happily change my mind, and I will happily have a look at that and see how I can sustainably live and how I can do that myself.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I mean, it's good to have people who are open-minded. But yeah, if you give that a watch, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Once you've watched that, I'm here every Tuesday evening. So, but yeah, I'm gonna drop you now because I'm aware you've been up for a while. So we're gonna get some of the guests. That's all right. Thanks for coming up. Before the next guest, I just want to say thank you to Chris and also Marcos on YouTube, because they've kindly donated £5 and €20. Really appreciate that, guys. I just want to say, because I always think, oh, I'll do that next, and then I move on, I forget. But yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed. Really appreciate it. It all goes towards my activism. So but let's move on.
I'm gonna head out, Jim.
Okay,
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're gonna keep going on through the list. Next up, we've got User. Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 18, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, what's your date of birth?
July 2007.
Okay. So how do you feel about animals?
So I actually started being vegetarian 2 weeks ago. I've been thinking about going vegan. My only thing is with eggs and honey. I'm with dairy. I've kind of cut it out my diet. But I'm just I don't know, because my family, they have I don't know, it's hard because I live at home, so it's hard to buy my own things at the moment because I'm a student. But I was thinking, do you have any recommendations?
Recommendations in terms of products, or in terms of navigating the situation with your family?
No, for the products. So eggs and honey and stuff like that.
It's replacements.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Where are you based? Are you based in Scotland?
Mhm.
Okay, I think we actually have somebody on the panel who is based in Scotland. So I don't know if you wanted to speak, because you might have more in common.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of finding affordable plant-based food, Lidl's excruciatingly inexpensive when it comes to plant-based foods. I was in one in Edinburgh the other week, and it's to buy plant-based milk and stuff, meat alternatives, especially if you buy frozen, actually, it's incredibly inexpensive. When it comes to egg replacements, there's a thing called And you can find this definitely in Sainsbury. I think that Asda stocks it as well. It's called like Just Egg or something like that, and it's
Just
essentially
okay.
yeah, it's like a kind of solution that's you know how you can buy when I used to be a vegetarian, I was a vegetarian for a long time, but you used to be able to buy egg whites on like a carton, if you know what I mean. You'd go to the supermarket. But it's kind of like that. It's like a mixture, and you can make scrambled eggs and stuff with it, and it's actually very, very nice. I think Asda makes their own brand one also, which is a lot less expensive. But for eggs, that's probably your best bet, or just do like a really good tofu scramble. Tofu scramble is really, really good. And yeah, just like your Lidl and I'm not sure what city you're in, but Lidl and Aldi are very inexpensive. And places like Tesco do Aldi price match. So a lot of their plant-based foods very cheap. In terms of, by the way, with your family as well, I empathize. Some of my family eat meat also. But the good news is you can be a force of positive change because, you know, you can sort of, when you explain your reasoning to people, there's a sort of like phrase in psychology where it says, if you describe something with enthusiasm, anyone will want to try it. And I think when you speak from the heart about things and you speak passionately about them, people get where you're coming from. So if there's any sort of navigational obstacles with your family, I'm sure just telling them why you want to do what you're doing will be convincing to them. And also, as the other guy that was on the panel before said, the overall kind of aggregation of data in nutritional science actually indicates that plant-based diets produce better health outcomes than consuming meat. So
Yeah, it's actually quite funny that you say that because my mum, she used to be vegetarian. I think it was for like a couple of years, and then
yeah.
she basically gave up. And so when I was like, I've been speaking about it for a few years, and I was like, oh, I might, I'm not sure, because obviously the rest of my family aren't. And she was like, oh, well, I tried that and this and this and this, so you probably won't last. And I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
No,
But yeah.
I think you have to be stringently motivated to do it. As in, like, I think you know, people like the taste of meat, and I don't recall what meat tastes like because I became a vegetarian when I was a kid. But I'm sure that meat probably tastes good, and I'm sure that people probably enjoy the taste of it quite a bit. So unless you are really motivated, it can be tempting to consume these things. But when you actually see the consequences of what you pay for, it's very, very easy. And actually, we live in a time of privilege where plant-based foods actually taste very, very good. Actually,
Definitely.
like meat alternatives that you can get in the supermarket for fairly low cost actually do taste very pleasurable. So it's actually very easy.
Yeah, I think I kind of tried to think of it like, oh, what's that word? Like, you know how people stopped eating from like Mackey's and Starbucks because of the whole Palestine thing,
Yeah.
which is still going on. I say that as if it's a thing, it's obviously way deeper than that. But I just think of it like that because it's, I don't know, I think people kind of brush it off, but it's kind of stupid. Like the other day, my friend was like, well, cats are not the same as like chickens, and I was like, oh, that's not how you look at things. It's like a really odd way to look at things, and I think that kind of switched my mindset, like to just do it, So yeah,
Yeah, I
thanks for your
mean,
time.
no, of course. And by the way, incidentally, like when people say that, just say why, you know, like it's kind of, it really all sort of reduces to something arbitrary, like because society says so. And then the question is, okay, you wake up tomorrow and society says it's okay to like unalive cats for food. Is it okay? And they'll say, of course it's not okay. So the conclusion is, well, it doesn't matter what society says. You have your own values. And I think that we all really do understand the fact that animals are incredibly morally valuable beings, and we understand that if we were in that position, we wouldn't tolerate that treatment towards us. So therefore, having integrity entails treating others the way that we wish to be treated. And I think people that have true integrity and grit are those types of people. So I think, again, just like speaking to people and asking them the questions can actually really change their minds. But you sound like a very nice person, and I'm really glad to hear another Scottish person who actually cares about animals.
Thank you, I appreciate that, and thanks again for like giving me a piece of your time of the day as well, and just giving me some options. It was very encouraging. But yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure. We'll give Gemma a follow, and if you want to ask more questions, come back up, and you know, I'm sure she'll give you some good responses.
Cool.
Appreciate
Thanks so
that.
much. Have a nice day or night.
Thanks, user. Yeah, if you're still there, I just want to point out some resources. So this link here, it's in my bio on my profile as well. There's something there called Challenge 22. So the kind of advice, like, because I know obviously you already understand the why you should go vegan, but then obviously there's some questions in terms of the how. They can really help with that. Challenge 22, it's linked on there, so I would give that a watch. And the other like the documentaries and stuff, like maybe even your family might be willing to watch that with you, and yeah, and join you in it. It'd be a lot easier if they did. Sometimes it works. So kill me maybe.
Kale is a vegan activist.
I was gonna ask because the word kale in the name, I think sometimes it's
Hey,
yeah. Hey, how's it going?
already activist. Yeah, you can
Cool.
just take and
Oh, you've been
become
here
vegan,
before, haven't
I
you?
think.
Yeah, you know the drill. If you just pop yourself on mute, I'm gonna keep trying to get through people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always open up at the end and see if anyone else would like to add or ask anything. I recognise this name, Ignatius D. I think. Hey, have we spoke before?
No, I'm not spoken.
Okay, sorry, I thought I recognised your name, but I speak to a lot of people, so it's hard to keep
No,
track.
no.
Are you
My
over
name is
18?
actually Rusbek. Yes, I am. I'm 42.
Okay, your name is actually what? Sorry.
Rusbek.
Respect.
Rusbek.
Oh, Rosvek.
Yes.
Sorry, my English accent. So your name is Rosvek.
Yes.
Okay. How do you feel about animals?
I like the animal. Yes.
How do you feel about animal exploitation?
Well, back in my country, it's very, very bad, very not good, and I'm moving to England, so I try to do better with my eating of animals, as veganism is becoming more popular.
So animal exploitation, you think it's bad. So do you think we should respect other animals?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think that we can truly respect them if we're exploiting them for their flesh, eggs, breast milk, or for any other purpose?
No.
No. Okay. So what's
Sorry if my accent is bad.
it's okay. What's your understanding of veganism? Like the definition.
Not have any animal product.
Okay. So that's a consequence of being vegan. So being vegan, it's the ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. So as a consequence, then obviously we don't use them for food, for entertainment, for clothing, testing, for labor, anything like that. We avoid their exploitation. So based on the fact that you think that we should respect animals and it's not respectful to exploit them, do you feel that there's anything preventing you from going vegan now and living in alignment with your morals?
Well, my father, if he knew I'd be vegan, he would probably disown me. I do not think in his culture it is very good to become vegan.
Oh.
As in once a year in my family tradition, we drink horse cum. I'm not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. No,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So you're saying that I mean, I'm going to take you seriously, obviously, because I'm here for serious conversations.
Yeah.
So you say that your father would disown you if you started to respect animals.
Yes. I do actually become a vegetarian for 1 week, but I not told my father.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I would just ask if that justification would be good enough if you were the victim. Like if you were being exploited and somebody, your oppressor, they said to you, they said, "Oh, I would stop exploiting you, but if I stop, then my father, my parents would disown me." Would that be a good enough justification for them to continue exploiting you?
Um. Well, I put family above everything.
No, I'm asking if you were the victim and your oppressor, they said, I would stop exploiting you. However, I'll be disowned if I didn't. What would your response be? Would that be a good enough justification?
No, not good.
Okay. So do you think that your justification that you would be disowned is good enough for your victims?
Well, I mean, I do not know what my father will do. I mean, I've had big bonding for
It's
very
just,
much time.
yeah, it's just
He will
yes
not
or
like
no.
me.
Do you think it would be a good enough justification for them?
No.
Okay, sure. So, is there anything else that you feel is preventing you from being vegan and living in alignment with your morals?
No, I do want to try.
Okay. Do you know the number one benefit of being vegan?
Good for planet and clean diet. Good for muscles.
Sure. So that can be a benefit. So, but for the animals, the number one benefit, it's always the number one benefit is always for them. So they're no longer exploited on your behalf. And then for you, when you say that we should respect,
Sorry.
when you say that we should respect them and you're against their exploitation, you won't be a hypocrite. So, do you know? So if you were in their position, you were being exploited, how fast would you want your injustice to end?
ASAP.
ASAP. Okay. So how many more animals should be exploited on your behalf from now?
I try to keep it at 0, but I have one condition. I go to the supermarket and I get cauldron sausages. They very, very nice.
Yeah, that's. Is that a
They
vegan
have
brand?
Vegetarian. They have egg white product in them.
Right. Okay. So yeah, we're talking about veganism. So you said that we should respect animals and that we shouldn't exploit them. You said
Yes,
we should.
I just they are too tasty, the cauldron sausages. If they do not have any egg white, it'd be amazing.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but the thing is that. So do you think that pleasure justifies exploiting other animals?
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's like an
So
addiction. I have like 6 sausages per day.
yeah, so the fact that they're tasty is irrelevant, really, because pleasure doesn't justify the violence, right?
Sorry.
Sorry. That's okay. So you say how many more animals should be exploited on your behalf from now? Should it be 0 or more than 0?
Maybe like 0. Yes.
Okay, so vegan from now? Oh, he's gone. I guess he maybe got bored.
Yes, I tried. I'm here.
Sorry.
Yes, I think somebody else leaving. Yes.
Oh, it was Kale. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say, I've got some resources. I mean, it doesn't really seem like you're here being serious, so and a lot of people are
No, I am.
But yeah, I have some resources.
Can I screenshot it, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. I have done that. Thank you.
It's on my profile as well. If you go on, it's in my bio, so you can click straight on there. There's some documentaries I would recommend. Dominion, and also The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear. Do you think you could give those a watch?
Certainly.
Okay.
I look onto iPlayer tonight.
Cool. All right. I'm going to move on to the next guest now. So that was Ignatius. That was interesting. Kale is back up. Bale Fart. Okay. Oh, I invited someone. Bale. Oh, hang on. Oaktay. Okay. It's annoying. Sometimes it takes a while for people to come on up. If you're in the list and I'll drop you, then yeah, do, if you couldn't connect, then do request again. We can try again. Sometimes it just doesn't connect. Sometimes I have this problem. Okay. Oh,
Hello,
we've got you
hello,
here.
hello,
Okay, Tay. Are you over 18?
hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
You are. Okay. How do you feel about animals?
Sometime, I go to market and I buy some burger. I feel a little bit guilty when I eating them,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like sometimes it tastes too good,
Okay. So I would ask, do you think that pleasure justifies violence?
Of course,
It does.
yes.
So you agree with grape,
No, that is different.
but they do it for pleasure, right?
Well, rape is not good,
No,
but
sorry, grape, because we're on TikTok.
oh, sorry, okay.
Somebody
Rape
said,
is not good.
are you the same person? And you're putting
No,
on a
no,
voice?
that guy, he's my cousin.
This is
Okay.
definitely the same. This is definitely the same
No,
person.
no,
by
no,
the way.
no, no, I swear, not me, I promise. Yeah, that guy, my cousin.
Yeah, I mean, I've got other people who are here for maybe serious conversations. So, sorry, I accepted the same person. Goldie's takes. Yeah, we only have half an hour more. Yeah, I mean, you can say it wasn't you, but I'm going to play it safe and just go with other people at the moment. I mean, you're free to request backup, and if there's nobody else, I might circle back to you. But yeah, I can afford to be picky at the moment because there's other people here. So, Elden Lord, why don't you request on up? We can talk about it. Every time I accept somebody, RJT, let's keep trying. I accept it. I don't know if it's me or if it's the other person. Sometimes I accept people and they just don't come up. They just disappear. I'm trying Lucho. Okay, I'm going to say who I'm trying. I'm going to try Big Appetite. Waiting for the guest to join. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Again, guys, if nothing happens, feel free to request again and we can try it again. I've got David. Yay. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going. It seems like it worked all right. So
Yeah, it worked for you. I don't think it is me because, yeah. Oh, I think I've spoke to this guy before. Jeremy. If I've pressed accept, but that's not working. The hell? Right, anybody who was requesting, I've tried to accept you, but it didn't work, so you might have to request on up again. Or it might be that, you know what it might be? It might be that they've requested and they've moved on. They're not on the live anymore because I can't see them in the viewers list anymore. So I'm thinking that might be it.
it's a good possibility.
Yeah, I didn't know it did that. So, yeah, wow. Well, we have got through the list. So, yeah, if anybody wants to come on up, if not, I can try and answer some questions in the comments. We have spoken to Haz today. So, yeah, I don't think, I mean, ideally, I'm looking for new people, somebody I haven't yet spoken to today, if ever. Let's just see what Haz wants because he might have watched something and come back actually. Hey Haz.
Yeah, so what I can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So I looked at all the things that you sent and did some bit of research in the meantime. Like I looked on some other vegan sites.
Cool.
And to be fair, I will admit you were right.
Okay.
And from today. So I forgot to tell you, I can't eat dairy anyway. I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't eat I can't eat eggs or anything like milk like that. But I was just eating the meat. But yeah, I'm gonna eat no meat.
So
Because
are you saying you're vegan now?
I'm saying that I'm able to do it because my family already buys the vegan stuff. Because
Yeah.
both my brother and sister are vegetarian and can't have dairy, so they're essentially vegan by default. So because I'm able to get it, and my mum buys it anyway, so I'm going to stop eating the meat. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're gonna, because I just to clarify, because obviously being vegan isn't just about avoiding eating animals, right? It's avoiding exploiting them. So, you know, using their bodies in any way, anything that comes out of them, you know, their skin. So are you going to live a vegan lifestyle from now, like not exploit them in any way? I know obviously eating is the main thing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get some W's for Has. That's awesome that people that, you know, sometimes this does work. And I appreciate you coming back as well, because it's not very often that I speak to somebody and then hear back from them. Sometimes it's like, you know, they disappear and then I never hear from them or see them again, and it's just like, how are they doing? I don't know. So that's cool.
I thought I'd give you a update because I didn't know if you would still be on, so I was like, it's a bit late now. So yeah, that's thank you as well. So if you ever need, if you're ever on one of these and need someone to help you convert others, I'm happy. I'm always here to
Sweet.
help.
Well, we always need more vegan activists, because obviously, you know, the next thing, I'm getting a lot of comments as well from my YouTubes just saying, you know, awesome. We always need people to speak out for the animals, because, you know, it's not just our own actions. It's good that, you know, we're not participating in it, but then obviously, you know, they also deserve to be defended, right? So yeah, if you give me a follow, you're welcome to come back and let me know how you're getting along and stuff. Keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much. I will
Sweet.
go into bed now. So bye.
All right, take care, Haz. Well, we actually already have a vegan called Haz in the vegan community, an activist called Haz, but there's room for two. And we've got some more guest requests as well. Purple Akic Knowledge. Hey, are you over 18?
Yes, I am, lad.
Okay, what year were you born?
2007. I'm 19 years old.
Okay. How do you feel about animals?
I feel like, you know, like it's just a bit bad that they're getting killed and like murdered. But
Sorry.
it does taste.
Yeah, if you could avoid saying that word. Just
Sorry.
For TikTok, just say
Sorry, love. Sorry.
unalive. That's all right.
So they're getting unalived in brutal ways, and they're getting unalived, and it's just a bit wrong. But it does taste a bit nice.
Yeah. So, do you think that pleasure justifies violence?
To some extent.
You do. To
Well,
what extent?
Let's say I'm going out to McDonald's and I want a nice burger. You know, the animal sacrificed. Next thing you know, you eat it and it tastes nice.
Yeah. So
And it fills you up.
Yeah. So I'm asking if pleasure justifies violence.
Not really. Like
No.
to humans, no.
Yeah. So if pleasure doesn't justify violence, then it doesn't matter how nice they taste.
Sorry.
Right?
One sec. Sorry. People are calling me a troll, but I'm not a troll. I'm honestly trying to see, like, you know, explore other people's opinions.
Yeah.
Maybe just don't pay attention to the side chat. and be in the
Sorry,
conversation.
I can't because I don't like it. Sorry. Carry on, love. Sorry.
Okay. So how do you feel about animal exploitation?
I feel like it's just as bad as human to some extent.
Okay. So do you think that we should respect other animals?
depends. Like, let's say I'm on a walk and a little chihuahua is just like attacking me, then there's nothing I can do. I gotta kick it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that would be like self-defense, right?
Yeah,
If you,
exactly.
yeah, I'm asking if we should respect them, so animals who aren't doing anything to you.
But if we should respect them, don't that mean we treat them like humans and like get married to all them animals and all that? Do you know what I mean? We're
You
treating
think
them like humans.
you think respecting someone is marrying them?
No, I didn't say that. I said we should treat them like humans, and if we like an animal and get married to them.
Well, I don't think that we should treat other animals like humans because there's clear differences between species. Like, for example, I don't think that we should treat birds like fishes, you know, because everybody's got their own, like, every species
Well,
has
how
it
do
has
you
a
know the
difference,
bird
right?
doesn't want to get married to me?
Sorry?
Never mind. Sorry. Carry on. Sorry.
He's being
I'm gonna
inappropriate.
move on because guys, I know you think it's really funny when you come up and troll, but it's not. It's boring. Like, nothing that you're saying is anything like funny that I haven't heard before. Like, you know, many times. It really isn't the flex that you think it is. It's cringy and it's boring. So yeah, I'm here for honest conversations. If I think that you're not being honest, then I'm just gonna skip if I've got other people requesting. I feel like we've spoke to Ignatus D, right? Did we speak? We have spoke to Ignatus D, but I can't remember what happened with them. So yeah, unless anyone else wants to request, I mean, I've only got like 10 minutes anyway, so it's a little bit quiet today, so I can just answer some questions in the chat, unless anybody wants to come on up. Purple AK knowledge, you weren't trying to be weird, but you were being weird though, so yeah. I talked to Ignatus. Yeah, I know I did. So I know I spoke to him, I just can't remember what he said. So yeah, any questions in the chat? Using a phone kills animals. Yeah, Chris Sharp, we've already actually addressed this today. Let's imagine, right? Let's do a thought experiment. Let's imagine that somebody is exploiting you and you say, please stop exploiting me. I want to continue living. And they say, oh, but you're using a phone. That exploits other animals. Yeah, it's kind of like an appeal to futility, but it's also an appeal to hypocrisy as well. Well, an attempt at an appeal to hypocrisy. Yeah, it doesn't mean that it wouldn't mean that we're justified to exploit other animals. Yeah, same people in there. Yeah, I think trolls in the comments. Oh. Farming unalives animals. Yep. That is a fact. Farming animal. Vegans step on dust mites. Yeah. Vegans step on dust mites, so therefore I'm justified to exploit and unalive all these other animals. It's just, there's just no logic. Yeah, it's just, let's check in with YouTube, with the old YouTube. Hilarious that these I won't say that these people keep coming back. Yeah, you know, I found yesterday somebody that I spoke to last week was on VSL's live stream, and I don't understand like the appeal to go onto several different vegans live streams just to like advocate for the exploitation of animals. Like they do this. It's like a hobby. It's very strange. I'm gonna try another one, so I've still got a little bit of time. I don't know if I've spoken to this person before though. Charlie Hicks. Maybe.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, have we spoke before?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are you over 18?
Yes.
Good. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright, thanks.
Good. So, how do you feel about animals?
Oh, I love eating them.
How do you feel about animals as individuals?
They're a product.
They're a product. Does that apply to all animals, all species?
I mean, depends what country. If you're in China, then
No. I'm
Probably-
asking. I'm
probably
asking
think-
you.
But you see, I've got 2 pet dogs. Yes.
Okay.
They are.
Are they products
Yes, I
that
don't
you love
treat them as
eating?
yes. No, I don't treat them as a product.
But you say
You're
that
totally different.
animals are product and you love to eat them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
animals, right?
Yeah, because I farm
So,
them.
you farm your dogs.
No, I got 200
So,
beef stock.
Charlie, I'm just a little bit confused because you're saying that animals are products and that you love to eat them, but then you don't see your dogs as products and you don't love to eat them. So what's going on there?
You see, this is the difference. My dogs are humans.
Dogs are humans.
Oh yeah, my dogs are. I
Well,
treat them like a human.
yeah, but they're not actually though.
This is the thing that I'm trying to get is what are you trying to
I
get
could-
across?
I
Tell me
could
what you're
just-
trying to get across.
I could just say cows are humans. Like, what do you
I
mean?
just want to know what you're trying to get across. Like,
I'm trying
what
to-
are you trying to say?
I'm trying to understand people's ethical principles, and
Right.
because I don't think that animals should be exploited. I don't think that they should be viewed as products or as commodities or as resources or as being here to serve us.
So what should they
Because-
be? They should be.
I think they should be respected as individuals, just like we should respect each other humans. Because I don't think that there's any morally relevant difference between humans and other animals that justifies their exploitation.
But to be fair, at the end of the day, they are respected until they go to the kill floor.
Is that respectful?
Well, in my eyes, they are a product.
Yeah.
They're like my
yeah,
cows are
again,
a product to make me money. Like
Yeah.
they're making me money.
Sure.
That's what they are.
So, Charlie,
Like, yeah, I can see your point.
Charlie, let me ask, right? Let's say I view you as a product. You're here to make me money. So therefore, I'm going to use your body how I see fit
Right.
to make money for me because I see you as a product.
Well,
Right?
if the world was that way
Would
around,
that
then
be
it would be, wouldn't
justified?
it? But it's not, is it?
I'm
Because
I'm
who the fuck eats
wait.
humans?
I'm not talking about eating. I'm saying I see you as a product, so I'm going to use your body however I want to. Would that be justified? And what do you mean? Who
yeah,
eats humans?
probably.
Obviously,
Make
cannibals
some big money,
do.
I suppose.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said you can probably make some big money.
So I'm asking if you think it would be justified.
Not in today's world, but maybe in a different world.
According to your morals, Charlie, would it be justified?
No, because I'm
No.
a human
Okay,
and
right.
not a product.
Sure.
But I see what you're trying
hang
to
on a
say.
minute. Hang on a minute. But yeah, but you're you're a man, so I see men as products. You're saying you see
Right.
other species as products, right? But I'm using, so what I'm doing is I'm picking a category that you belong to and saying
Right.
I'm seeing this category as products. You're doing the exact same thing, but with other
But with a cow.
yeah, but with another category. So I'm applying your
difference-
logic.
The difference is
to
it's a livelihood. It's
yeah,
like
exactly.
it's-
And if I exploit you, right, and if I make money off your body, that would be my livelihood. But that
Yeah, it
wouldn't be
would be.
justified, right?
no, because it'd be wrong.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be
So
like
why?
if I used you as a product.
So, well, obviously, I wouldn't like it because because my position is that it's wrong to exploit others. But you're saying that it is, apart from if you're the victim. So, can you see the logical inconsistency here, Charlie? you're saying that it's okay if you see your group
Yeah.
of victims
Yeah.
as a product, but when I say,
Two
okay,
facts.
well,
Two
what
facts.
if I view my group of victims as a product? You're saying that wouldn't be justified, but that's exactly what your logic is, right? You don't have anything else to say? Okay. Yeah, that. I'm gonna try and get another one in. We've got AA Agricultural Services. Hey, are you over
Good
18?
evening. I am, yes.
Perfect. How do you feel about animals?
Well, I work as a farmer, a bit like Charlie that's just been on.
Yeah, I thought you might, based on your name. How do you feel about animals?
My view on the whole situation is everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, so what's your opinion?
I was brought up with a farm background, and my view on it is, because I sell meat to a lot of supermarkets, is I don't see an issue with it,
You don't see an issue with what?
with the slaughter of animals for human consumption.
Okay, so you don't see any issue. So you don't. I'm assuming you don't see an issue with animal exploitation.
No.
No issue. Okay. So do you think that we should respect animals, or that it doesn't matter?
I'm not saying we shouldn't respect animals and it doesn't matter. I think my view is that there's a lot of, I say criticism around it. I don't know if that's the right word. There's, the animals do go in to kill. They all get killed humanely.
Oh, sorry.
and they
Could you
go-
just say unalived, because obviously we're on TikTok.
I
Otherwise,
do apologise.
It's
Yeah,
alright.
sorry. They're unalived humanely and what have you, and they go down the food production line. I do get that some places don't always follow protocol, and
Sorry,
I can see.
I have a question.
Go
So
on.
how can it be humane to take somebody's life who doesn't want to or have to die? Like how could that ever be humane?
Because they don't suffer.
Right, okay. But you understand. So let's say, for example, I give you a DRUG that knocked you out unconscious, and then I unalived you in your sleep. You didn't suffer at all. You didn't feel any pain. Would me taking your life then be humane? Would it be a humane action because you didn't suffer?
Well, it would, yeah, because you wouldn't know about it and you wouldn't feel anything.
Yeah. So I'm asking. So do you think that Jeffrey Dahmer was humane because his victims, before he raped them, he gave them a DURG that meant that they were knocked unconscious and didn't feel anything? So was that humane grape?
I would say so, yes.
Right. Okay. We're gonna move on.
What? No, he did
What a
not
psycho.
just say that.
I mean, it's one. I mean, saying that what happens in slaughterhouses is humane just tells me that he's never been in one, because
Yeah,
it's far from that.
exactly.
The animals literally pull up trembling. They pull up crying. They go in. They have to literally be prodded inside a slaughterhouse because they don't want to go in. They try with all their might to turn around because they can smell the pheromones. They can smell the BLWOD. They can hear
Yep.
the other animals, their screams, their cries. They communicate with each other. It's literally the most terrifying experience for an animal to face, right? That time in their life. So the fact that they don't feel anything and it's humane, is a complete lie.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing that like most vegan activists actually know more about what takes place inside of those places than your average farmer. This guy says he owns 3 slaughterhouses in the UK. I'm
Yeah.
sure you do, buddy.
Yeah.
The fact is that unfortunately I worked in it, and everything you say is absolutely spot on. And I've seen every single animal that I saw go through that experience suffered, every single one of them. And so I find it bizarre that people like AA Agriculture Services is trying to present this lie, and he has to use words like humane just to justify. They use words like it, or they de-individualize the individual going inside. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely absurd.
I think sometimes they have to tell themselves that it's humane because they feel that that's the only way that they can justify what they do. So it's kind of like a self-soothing lie or something. But yeah, it's bullshit. It is bullshit.
Yeah, you have to make it up, right? You have to make it up.
Mhm.
And so this other guy in the chat, Brandon, is saying, like, why does it matter? Or I don't know where his comment went. Shoot, I just lost it. But is it against the law? Like, legality doesn't equal morality, my guy.
Yeah.
We've had horrific laws in the past, so.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat thinks that I'm AI. That's funny. Maybe I'll try and squeeze one more in. I tried to accept this person before, but it didn't work. Goldie's takes. Oh, no, it seems to be working. Maybe try and squeeze a last one in. Yeah, it's just connecting, but it's not working. Or yeah, I've got the same people, same people and a vegan. But yeah, Keith, if I accept you up, I'm just going to be accepting you up and saying bye probably. So, because I do have to leave at 10. So I'll see if Goldie comes up, and yeah, if not, that'll probably be it for today. Who doesn't love a good steak? Mitchell, the cows. They don't love the fact that they're exploited and unalive for their bodies. So, and using pleasure to justify something, yeah, it's not good logic, because that's the same kind of logic that rapists use. So yeah, if anyone's got okay, you should debate Vegan King. He's a big anti-vegan debated. Yeah, I'd love to debate Vegan. He's called Vegan King, but he's anti-vegan. Is he the same one that Vegan Gaze has made some videos about? But yeah, he's welcome to.
Would that be the Curl King? Curl King or something like that?
Maybe.
Omni King. Maybe.
Oh, Omni
Maybe
King. Yeah, she made a video about someone. I might be getting mixed up with people, but shall I try and squeeze another? Yeah, why not? Yo. If it works. Sorry, your voice is really muffled. Are you able to come a bit closer to the speaker?
I said, how are you doing today?
Oh, that's better. I'm good, thank you. You?
I'm doing amazing.
Good. Can I just check?
So the debate
Sorry. Can I just check if you're over 18?
Go on. I am 18.
Okay, cool. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, so the debate is, I should be a vegan, sir. I mean, I should be a vegan, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Why,
think so.
why do you say so?
You might disagree though. So, and the reason that I'm getting people here is to determine what you think. So how do you feel about animals?
Well, it depends. If it's I was reading this just a couple of days ago. I was reading this Reddit post. It's me, Reddit.
Okay.
The app. I was scrolling through there, and someone said, choose your pet or choose somebody's life. And most of them said, choose your pet. And there was this one guy in the comments who said, it doesn't really make a difference because an animal and a human's life isn't more or less the same. It's literally, it's equal. They're not any less to us, or they're not any more than us. Because by
Okay.
the end of the day, they still have a heart inside them, right? They
Mm.
still have blood that goes through their vessels, through their veins. Sorry. So my argument is not to be against you. I mean, still, I am not a vegan. You know, I am not a vegan. I'm nowhere close to being a vegan. I have chicken every day, but I'm not to be against you. I'm just trying to understand what makes you feel, you know, not to be a vegan. I mean, not yeah. Why? I mean, to be a vegan. Sorry. What makes you feel that you are a vegan? If you get what I mean, I'm sorry.
So wait, are you asking why I'm vegan? Is that essentially what you're asking?
I'm asking you that.
You are.
Yeah.
So it's because I don't
Yeah.
want to be responsible for animal exploitation because I wouldn't want to be exploited. So I don't feel that it's justified for me to exploit them because it's not in their interests, and I feel that we should respect their interests. Do you think that we should respect other animals?
I mean, from where I come from, I mean, all killing of animals is domesticated. I mean, not domestic. It's in a humane way. Sorry.
Sorry, if you could
It's
just
not
say
inhumane
unalive.
anywhere.
Just
We
'cause-
don't get chicken. We don't get pig.
Sorry, just because you said a bad word.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, could you just unalive just for TikTok? So sorry, is that a yes or a no? Do you think we should respect other animals?
Yeah.
You do, okay. Do you think that it could ever be respectful to exploit them for their flesh, their eggs, their breast milk, or for any other purpose?
I mean,
Do you think that could ever be
no.
respectful? No. Okay. So, what's your understanding of veganism? Like the definition.
That you don't eat meat.
So that's a consequence of being vegan. So the
Or you
actual
don't.
yeah, so the actual definition, it's the ethical principle that humans should live without exploiting other animals. So as a consequence, we don't eat them or anything that comes out of them, wear their skin, use them for testing, for entertainment, or for any purpose. So yeah, it's about viewing them as individuals rather than as property or as objects or commodities or resources. So based on the fact that you think that we should respect them and that it's not respectful to exploit them, do you feel there's anything preventing you from being vegan and living in alignment with your morals? Oh, you're lagging out. Yeah, I can't really give you a minute because yeah, I'm pressed for time, unfortunately. But yeah, if you're lagging out, maybe come back next week then. I have gone over a 10 a little bit. I thought if it was going to be a quick one, I could do that. But yeah. Yeah, guys, anybody who's in the chat who wanted to come up, I'll be back next Tuesday. I believe if I do have to go, yeah, I was willing to have that conversation if it was just going to be quick, but yeah, I do have to go. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think like a vegan, they just don't they are vegan at heart, but their actions don't align with that. So but yeah, I appreciate everyone for being here, and like I said, if we didn't get to talk, then I'll be back next week, next Tuesday, 7:30 till 10. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to talk. We'll get to talk next time. But
Great
yeah,
job,
appreciate you.
Jam.
Thank you, David,
Good
for
job.
being here,
Thanks
and
for
Kale,
listening.
and to the other panel members as well. I really appreciate that. So, but I'm gonna head off now.
Take care.
See you.
Right, we did it. We did it. Right, cool. So yeah, that's that then. Now addressing YouTube. Thank you to everybody who's been here. It's showing like pretty low views actually, but yeah, there seems to be a lot going on in the comment section, so maybe it just didn't reach as many people this week. So but yeah, I appreciate you all being here. Thanks again, Marcus, really appreciate it. Thanks, Mariseth. Luke, why don't you come and talk to me? Come and talk to me next week. I'll be back then. Thanks, the Vegan Anthem here. Thank you for being here. Vegan Engineer, Vegan Stoner Lady. Maybe I'll try and, you know, like when people at an auction, they go like, they talk really, really fast. And Sabby Coops, yeah, I can't do that. David, Marcus, Sabby Coops, appreciate it. Vegan Anthem, that Vegan for Life. Veganism is a lie. What does that mean? Respecting animals is a lie. Thanks to Dotu. Animals are definitely people. Like they're persons. They have personality. They have persona. They've actually even been granted legal personhood in a court of law on several occasions actually. So yeah, they are persons, and yeah. Thank you, that Vegan for Life. Veganism is the truth. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. Yeah, maybe if you all want to stay up, maybe head over to Axel's live. I think he's live. I'm a little bit tired actually, so yeah, I'm gonna go. Maybe I hope I did okay today. Maybe I was flagging a little bit because I am a little bit tired. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I need a rest. I've been doing lots of work and pigeon caring, so I'm gonna go to bed now. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I hope you all have a great week. Catch you later.